Good. I came around, I saw that all of your Chromebooks are open. You have the story. You can follow along on your Chromebook. Some days I give you copies of the story, but today you'll notice you can follow along on your computer. You have the story open there. Our story today, like we said during the warm-up, it's going to be about the future, when schools are really different. All of you have a paper copy of this chart. Remember, we're going to be looking for differences between what our school is like today and what it's like in the story. And we'll hear in the first paragraph what year it is when the story takes place. So let's go ahead and I'll read you the first part of the story, and then you'll have a choice. You'll have a choice after that if you want to. You can read in groups, pairs, or I put a link to an audio. You can access that if you would like to listen to the story and still in pairs. Listen to the story and complete the chart. You'll have a choice after I read this first part of the story. Okay. The Fun They Had by Isaac Asimov. Margie even wrote about it in her diary. On the page headed May 17, 2155, she wrote, "Today Tommy found a real book. It was a very old book. Margie's grandfather once said that when he was a little boy, his grandfather told him there was a time when all stories were printed on paper." All stories on paper. And as I said, you're looking at the story today on your on your Chromebook. Here in the story, it's talking about a time when all stories were on paper, physical paper copies of the book. And we heard what year it is. Who can tell me what year we heard? Ibrahim, yes? Good, yeah, 2155. 150 years, 125 years now, into the future. All right. Yes, you're 130 years really, but well into the future. Second paragraph here. They turned the pages, which were yellow and crinkly, and it was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to, on a screen, you know? And then, when they turned back to the pages before, it had the same words on it it had had when they read it the first time. So here's a big difference. Let's talk about what the books are like in the future. What does it say the books are? How do they read books in the future? Good, Yusuf, hand over here. Correct, yeah. They read them on a television screen. So we can say in the story, books on television screen. And today we have a mix of how we read books. What can we say? What can we say for today? How do we have books? Yes, Hassan. Good. We have either paper or online books. So that's the difference between today and the story. And we heard it is in 2155. Gee, said Tommy, what a waste. When you're through with the book, you just throw it away, I guess. Our television screen must have had 1,000,000 books on it, and it's good for plenty more. I wouldn't throw it away. Same with mine, said Margie. She was 11 and hadn't seen as many telebooks as Tommy had. He was 13, She said, "Where did you find it?" "In my house," he pointed without looking, because he was busy reading. "In the attic." Attic's a word some of you might know. We don't hear it as much. It's not as common as it used to be. Who can tell me what the word attic means? Yes, Walid? Good, yeah, it's the top of the house. A special part of the house. Yeah, above the house. The top of the house, good. All right, what is it about? Talking about the book. School. Margie was scornful. School? What's there to write about? I hate school. Margie always hated school. But now she hated it more than ever. The mechanical reader had been giving her tests after tests in geography, and she'd been doing worse and worse until her mother had shaken her head scornfully, sorrowfully, and sent for the county inspector. What did we hear? What did we hear about the teacher in the story? Can anyone tell me the word they used? Yes, Faisal? Good, they said mechanical teacher. We can put together what that means. Remember our warm-up, we talked about, will robots ever replace humans as teachers? But let's go ahead, we'll use the word from the story. Mechanical teachers. And class, what do we have now today? Yeah, easy. Human teachers. So in the future, mechanical teachers, but now we have human teachers.